The municipality of Polanco is located 8 kilometers from Dipolog City. It is bounded in the northwest by the city of Dipolog, in the northeast by the city of Dapitan, in the south by the municipality of Sergio Osmeña, in the east by the municipality of Pinyan, and in the southwest by the municipality of Katipunan. Polanco is accessible by land from all the major cities of Zamboanga Peninsula. The municipality is a third-class town with agriculture as its economic base. The municipality has a total land area of 22,532.91 hectares, divided into 30 barangays. The population of Polanco in 2007 was 36,376, distributed into 7,404 households, for an average household size of 4.9 persons. On the other hand, the Polanco Water District was organized in 1990 through the Sangguniang Bayan Resolution number 135. A conditional certificate of conformance number 532 was then issued by the Local Water Utilities Administration on March 2, 1994. The construction of production well was then followed in the third quarter of 1994. Pipe laying and installation of appurtenances on February 1995. The total project cost was 6.15 million, and it became operational on December 22, 1995. 19, 1996, a flood had drawn the district's temporary office, Polanco Central School, 6 feet deep, leaving damages on its office equipment, furniture, and supplies. And in November and December 1999, another flood had drawn again the office, 5 feet deep, a matter of 1 foot lower than in December 1996. In 1996, the Victoria Country Homeowners Association Incorporated had requested the district to extend its services. The Victoria Country Homes subdivision is about 2 kilometers from the poblacion, having its own water supply facilities. The subdivision was developed by Farm Builders Realty Development Corporation. The developer of the subdivision was very much willing to turn over the system to Polanco Water District, but the homeowners opposed the proposal of the developer. The water system was then turned over to the Homeowners Association, and after more than a year of operation, they experienced sand pumping on their well number 2 and mud and clay pumping on well number 1. Due to the condition of their water sources, they requested the district to extend its services to the subdivision. The Water District Board of Directors then likewise requested LOA for additional financial assistance to finance the expansion of the said subdivision. But all our efforts were turned to deaf ears. According to LOA, we could not avail any additional loans because of our arrearages. We also requested the assistance of the former Congressman Romeo Halufo in the 1996 for that purpose. But it's sad to know that it only came out in 2003. On December 1999, the residents of the subdivision were already urging the request for expansion of services. In view of this, and the desire of serving and saving the residents in the subdivision of future health hazards caused by drinking a high iron content water, the Board of Directors and Management looked for ways and means so that the project can be started, and above all, to answer the immediate needs of safe and potable water in the area. On July 2000, the management decided to transfer its office in Obay, Polanco, Zamboanga del Norte due to a series of flash floods that happened before. The office was rented from Mr. Antonio Del Masio. But on January 3, 2001, a worse accident happened in the office. It was caused by a fire and totally burned all its documents, office furniture, and equipment. The accounts receivable from the water bills and installation fees of the customers were turned into ashes. All its transactions, billing and collections were back to zero. All its transactions, billing and collections were back to zero, except those concessionaires who faithfully returned their water bills at an estimated return rate of 1%. The district suffered major financial problems at that time, forcing to enter into negotiation with the suppliers to pay the debt in an installment basis and pay the interest at 3% per month. The district was also forced to go back to its temporary office in Polanco Central School. given of the fortuitous events, the district continued its operation with the expansion project at Victoria Country Home. The district service connection was increased from 500 to 1,300. The district has now paid on time its amortization to LOA, including its arrearages and other obligations. Due to this, LOA had now extended its financial support to the district in terms of regular loans in the amount of 5.8 million for the construction of 2 additional production wells. The water supply system serving at present is now composed of 3 sources: production wells and pumping stations, 1 unit 150 cubic meter elevated shell reservoir, and 25 kilometers of transmission distribution pipeline. Due to these efforts and sacrifices, the Polanco Water District is categorized as average from small water district, and most of all, Polanco Water District was recognized by the Philippine Association of Water Districts Incorporated as Top Water District Performer Awardee for having attained a high level of performances in its operation and management for the year 2006. The award was given during the 29th PAWAD National Convention at Price Plaza, Cagayan de Oro City, Philippines. On December 2009, the district had received another financial assistance from LOA in the amount of 15.72 million. The said assistance is composed of 50% grant and 50% loan, in which the loan portion is non-interest-bearing loans, and the principal shall be paid in 40 years in monthly equal payments. Due to the improvement of the water supply system, the district had increased its service areas to 12 barangays. The district had also supplied water in bulk to the Bacolod City Water District effective July 15, 2010. That helps a lot in the financial needs to sustain its operation. Due to frequent flash floods, the management through the Board of Directors decided to construct a temporary office in Quezon, Poblacion South, Polanco, Zamboanga del Norte. On January 9, 2012, a groundbreaking right was made for the construction of 1.3 temporary office, and on May 18, 2012 was the office blessing, and occupied on May 21, 2012. The Polanco Water District continues its mission in providing safe and potable water to the public, as well as the expansion of its service areas. And as of December 31, 2012, the district was already serving 1,805 total active concessionaires.